In any shooter game, aiming is a key component to being successful. Fortnite is no different from any other shooter game. It's required of you to be able to hit your shots to kill your enemies. If you aren't accurate enough, you won't do any damage. In previous seasons and when Fortnite first started to become popular, very few players built and edited at a fast rate. But as Fortnite got older, a lot of players practiced being the fastest builder and editor they could possibly be. Now in Season 9, the difference between a good player and a bad player is the ability to build, edit, and aim. If you consider yourself an average builder or even an above average builder, that skill is more than enough to be able to kill any player you want to, as long as you know how to aim. With controllers, there's so many different tricks that you can learn to increase your accuracy and miss significantly less. This is an updated aim guide from my previous video that I did 2 months ago that did really well. Since this video performed the way it did and so many of you request me to do another aim video, I'm doing one today. I'll be giving you guys 3 tips to improve your accuracy as a whole. These are 3 aspects of your game that you can practice to improve your accuracy and become a better player. I'll be briefly mentioning how to tune your sensitivity to increase your accuracy and tracking, but I feel like so many videos out there on YouTube already do so, and I'm not one to fill your head with useless or repetitive information. I thought long and hard about how I can teach you guys to have godly aim. Before we get into it, comment down below, tell me what platform you guys play on. Do you play on Xbox, PS4, PC, mobile, or do you rep the Switch? Anyway guys, let's get right into it. One of the most important aspects of aiming in Fortnite is knowing how to decrease bloom. Bloom is a pretty annoying mechanic in Fortnite that limits how accurate you can be to an extent. When you aim down sights, you'll notice that as you fire your weapon, your crosshairs expand. That little area in your crosshairs is bloom and determines where your bullet will travel to. Sometimes it feels like you're firing a Civil War musket because it's so inaccurate, but let's talk about how you can decrease bloom. On screen right now is a simple method to decrease your bloom. Step 1, crouch. Step 2, sit still for a second and aim down sights. Step 3, fire burst shots or full auto if you're close by an enemy. This works with your ARs and your SMGs. This isn't meant for shotguns, just these 2 weapons. What this does is increases your accuracy and limits bloom. Assault rifles typically have first shot accuracy, and with this being said, as you fire your assault rifle in bursts and tap fire, if your enemies are mid from long range, you'll be able to hit more shots. You'll start to notice how many more shots you'll actually hit while using this method. With bloom decreased, you'll be able to increase your own accuracy. Another method that you can use to decrease your accuracy is the tap fire method mixed with aim assist abuse. The tap fire method is easy to do, and all that the tap fire method requires you to do is hold your aim down and fire single shots at your opponents. When you're crouched and you're repeating this process, you'll consistently have the first shot accuracy that comes with your assault rifles, which increases your damage dealt to opponents and improves your aim. With decreasing bloom out of the way, we're going to move into tracking and how predicting your enemy's movements will help you track better. A lot of you guys comment with the question, how do you track your enemies so good? Well, it starts with my sensitivity. A lot of you guys tend to play on higher sensitivities, which for some reason is because it's often said that playing on a low sensitivity makes you a bot. This is wildly inaccurate. My sensitivity is in between medium and high. It's not slow, but it's not the fastest either. With a low and high sensitivity, you'll be able to track your opponents significantly better. This is because your aim will be steady compared to your aim being erratic because you have a high sensitivity. Now, predicting your opponent's movements goes hand in hand with good tracking. For example, when your opponent jumps, he or she has to come down to the ground again. So if your opponent is jumping in the air, just remember that when they come down, they might jump again, so you have to be able to predict those movements. You want to try and keep your crosshairs on the center of your opponent's body at all time. With my sensitivity, I've found that doing this and being steady with it is pretty easy. I've often said that you don't want to have a high sensitivity to where it feels like you're fighting your controller because it's too fast, and you don't want to have a sensitivity that's too low either. This way, you can move your joystick just enough without it being too fast, and you can keep your crosshairs on your opponent. My next topic in this video today was talked about in another video recently and in the same video that I made a while back. However, I feel that it's necessary to discuss in this video too. For those of you who haven't seen my video talking about abusing aim assist, or my tip in my older video that discussed how to properly abuse aim assist, we're going to be talking about how to actually do this and why this method works better than spamming L2 rapidly. The OGs will remember there was a time where controller players could spam L2 as fast as possible and hit every single shot. And while this method does work still, there's actually a better way to do it. I'm officially putting a name on my method, which is called the Verebus method, the method that will change how you spam L2. When you guys abuse aim assist, you're going to want to start by spamming L2 in burst shots. Every 3 shots you fire with your assault rifle or SMG, you'll want to release L2 and then hold L2 again for 3 more shots, and then repeat the process. This method works a lot better than the old method of just spamming L2. I found that when I spam L2, I lose sight of my opponents a lot and I don't hit as many shots. So with this new method mixed along with good tracking skills, you'll rarely miss shots that you should hit. Now I know that you guys are going to wonder about my opinion on aim courses and if I have my own map or have an aim course in mind that I practice by myself. I personally believe that aim courses are good for warm-ups, but the best way that you can practice your aim without playing a core game mode like solos, duos, or squads is playing LTMs and especially Team Rumble. Unlike the aim courses, you're going up against actual players with real movements you will see in game, and this is the best way to practice, and the best part is, it's just for fun, so it doesn't really count. If you practice everything I talked about in this video, and you use the various methods I've given you to practice your aim and use it in game, you'll hit more shots, and you'll be a more accurate player. I hope this video does help you out. If it did, drop a comment down below and tell me about it. Subscribe if you guys are new, and of course, use my code YTRebus in the item shop, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace out.